Hello, welcome back to more Hytale, building the land of Stockgorms, me here at the Heart Archive of Comics. Let's see. I believe we'd done most of the layout for what's basically known as the Hunting Grounds. At least as far as the previous iteration of the map was concerned. So we have a couple of key spots that, will want some development, but like, yeah, it's already looking, shaping up pretty nicely. It's also, oh right, I am gonna want to consider how I'm gonna handle the cliff faces. But I think that should be something I mess with later. Do I have this on? Oh yeah, I've got it. Like that. I do find this brush to be quite interesting and useful. Oh. Can't be doing that. Okay. Alright, let me see how the hot springs brush works. Let's see, where are you? There we are. Okay. Let's see. Oh my. I guess I'll just have to pick a spot and see what happens. Oh my! So, interesting. That's more like a geyser. I suppose it might be more my interest to go with, this kind of a brush. Let's see, it's gravel. I'm probably gonna go ahead and, yeah, let's see, so... Interesting. I think I want to shrink the area on the actual... Yeah, width of 2. The only issue is it's not generating water where I want it to, as in like at all. I can just fill in the water myself at least. Actually, just as an experiment. Yeah, okay. I think it's probably got a fixed level that it tries to put the water at. Is the main thing. So let me just try that. Ooh. What is going on? It's simply not filling in with water. Interesting. Anyway, I believe this is background. I think it's closer to 3. Right. Okay, so. Oh yeah. We would want to close this in a little bit more. Hmm. Right. It sits one above instead of actually at level. Okay. Shift E. Yeah, being careful and focused at the moment, so sorry if I'm not super conversational. trying to take care to get this to shape out how I want it to. I mean, I'm probably gonna go through here later anyway. This is for another, you know, run on everything, but yeah, okay. There's the problem. Whereas my main concern with the brush right now is how it does that weird grass stacking effect. Yeah, let me get the path away from this for a moment. Alright. Then I can draw a new path when I'm ready to. Right, don't smooth that. Smooth tool is not ideal. Yeah, we can leave that like that. Right, we want to... Let's see, because what we're doing here is, yeah, we're making a little hot springs area. Just because, like, I kind of feel like, oh, I did that before. Really, is the main reason. And even if the Silver Mountain is like a little less, like less active, firmly than you know, the Golden Mountain, it is still going to have some activity. Alright, this isn't going to shape up super nicely. Let me... honestly, take a chunk out in here. No, that's too much of a chunk. Oh boy. Okay, this might work out a bit better. Yeah, I think give it this kind of a spacing. And also try and erode some of this. Let's see. Oh, it kept my flat plane this time. That's nice. Oh, that's the wrong mountain. Oopsie. So you can kind of try and have it go more like this way. I think using the mountain tool is safe. More or less, yeah. And yeah, all this is going to get changed up over the course of me working on things as well. Right, and it still just kind of slopes weirdly for no reason. I'm still scratching my head on that one. I'm going to ignore that for now. Alright. I guess I can't if it's someone talking to me specific. Oh, yeah. Just someone showing me trail stuff. Something to do with figure that reminds me of how Crow looked during his arc as Sea. Okay, so it only goes so far up. That's nice. Right. Do kind of want to narrow that a bit more. I'll have a more precise tool put together when I'm ready to actually go more into detail. I'm just kind of getting this specific area going right now. Partially just because it's what I'm focused on. But I was just like, might as well. Right. So I'm doing this, that way I'm not having to like grass over after I oh gosh. What do I have going here again? I think make this come out a little bit more. Like so. Because yeah, part of my design with making the walls and cliffs like this is to, it's a little bit, you know, kind of thinking like to classic Zelda and stuff. A little bit, you know, how like you have, you know, sharp cliffs and the walls and stuff on the hills in something like A Link to the Past, but also you kind of got a lot of this kind of geometry in Ocarina of Time, where it was just like, oh yeah, here's the sharp cliff face that you can't get on top of because that's the boundaries of what you're allowed to walk around. And again, I'll definitely be going over with a more precise brush for shearing the cliff faces. For now, it's just, you know, getting them to take a basic form. Filling in, you know, finding the shapes I want for them more than anything. And boy, I love this mountain tool for precisely that. I'd say, like, you know, maybe not even call it the mountain tool, considering it's not really fulfilling my desires for what I would want to do to make a full-scale mountain. Its complexity is just too much to run that smoothly and efficiently. But for general landscaping, oh, this is brilliant. Yeah, let me just smooth all this out. Let me get an actual shape going here. And I think the proper like term for what I'm doing is terracing. Which, you're not going to see that in natural terrain. But it's where you have basically, yeah, it's where you're going around and having, you know, steep, straight hills and everything, almost like stair steps that are too big to climb. And you can basically do that because, especially in more, terrain like this, where it's not exactly very even for the terrain, it gives you, well, even terrain to work with. Simple as that. I do think the smooth brush could do with preserving the grass block status instead of just being a very weird eraser. And also just having better sensitivity controls, but not everything's going to be perfect. I've got most of everything I want for doing the kind of a job I'm looking to do. I actually want this to, yeah. So I'm filling it in extra because I'm realizing, yeah, okay, the way I'm going about it is a reductive process. Or at least how I'm setting it up. Because I want it to have a general shape, and then I go through and I, reduce the surrounding area with an eraser brush to give it that steep cliff, that terracing. Alright. And I can also I can slowly eat back at the big mountain wall as I need to with every expansion to the surrounding terrain as well. Which will help it, feel more natural. Gives me more elevation layers to put, trees on, especially in the parts where it's supposed to just be background. Like, okay, I'm running out of space here, I'll just eat some of the wall. And it's like, I'm not worried about how much wall I have, because I already made it really freaking thick. And I gotta do this again. Because I need to... Okay. I think, yeah, this is going to be a process where I can't immediately go for doing the caves either. I want this to kind of enclose itself a little bit. But not that much. Back up, back up. There we go. It also makes a lot of sense to terrace it this way for our hot springs area in particular, because then I can, oh hey, this is where all the water is coming from. And this is just a hot spot of sorts. Make sure it's at the right elevation. Alright. Exterminate the plane again. Okay. Oh, right. Rather curious as to why the mountain brush is more or less the same on both left and right click, other than it seems to be slightly wider on left click, maybe? I might not be understanding it completely at the moment. Yeah, build it out a bit more. I definitely want this to have a sort of almost cradled sort of a shape to it. You know, this is a hidden spot in the woods. You know, where the woods meet the mountain. That's nice and has a cool little hot spring to relax in. I mean, it's kind of just all it is. You know, even the previous version of the map, where it's like, yeah, I mean, you just kind of come here and you can just kind of relax and fill up on like spring water or whatever. And there's going to be more than just this one spring throughout the map. Though to what extent, I'm not fully certain just yet. I know I had on the original map there was a hot springs on the actual trail up to the Moon Temple, which was a location in the Silver Mountains. We are not quite ready to tackle that right now. Alright, that gives me plenty of things to reduce. Gotta be careful. Okay. Oh. Some mountains here. That's about as far as I'm gonna go in that direction for the time being. Some mountain brush sunk into the ground to get it all naturalized proper. Oopsie. Alright. And yeah, this area is where I'm going to have the windmill be. I'm going to give it actual windmill blades and probably even a grinder. Won't that be nice? Okay, we can make it more like that. We also gotta consider, again, down here. I really should do more of a descending cut. Because everywhere I cut below is less space for me to cut above. Now it runs into that. Okay, let's build this back out a bit. So those need to be space for like a farm or something. But let's not get too carried away. Alright, now we can go and shave off a bit more. Alright, let's also grass it over before I cut below as well. Because again, more room to keep it nice and neat. Okay. What's the big idea here? Okay. Oh, wrong button. Oh, brother. Okay, that's just making itself even more of an issue. I can probably just go in and do that. Anyway, I did kind of just miss doing, you know, Hytale stuff yesterday, so... Yay, my face is slowing or something. Not fun. Oh well. I kind of needed to... Because I was, yesterday I was, yeah, very consumed with netgame stuff. Largely because I was, I released a mod update for Roblox 2 Persona that added in, basically it was to add in a draw from Final Fantasy VIII, although not without the complete junction system because we're already, you know, in a more traditional style art, you know, JRPG, because it's you know, it's Persona. I did my best to fit in, you know, more to how like you might see draw working in a Persona type game. That being, well, also because there's, you know, big modding scene and everything. So, well, not super big, but you know, it's sorry, there's a whole deal of like we have a lot of mods and stuff, and give me a second. Oh, that didn't smooth properly. Not to worry. That is just not smoothing properly. Dang. Anyway. So, it was, yeah. It has a specific thing it does. It's, you know, not quite as powerful as what you usually see of copying abilities. It does the whole thing of, like, based on your stats, it can copy... Not really... Well, it's not even a true copy. Instead, it's more of a... The way I did it, because I wanted it to only give Final Fantasy spells, instead of just copying whatever, you know, your target just happens to be carrying exactly. I instead made it be that it will, yeah, it'll analyze their moveset, and then basically appropriate, like, takes a random skill from their moveset, and says, okay, this is like this skill or that skill, and then just kind of, hang on. I need to reform this again. Because I kind of botched the shape a little. But it's like, so, say an enemy has Agidyne, which is, you know, heavy fire attack. Okay, so that's a tier 3 skill. And since I have Vermilion versions, you know, to basically give the Final Fantasy spells a progression dynamic similar to Persona, we can just translate Agidyne into Firaga. Of course, it's a bit more of a process than that on how it does that. For one, if there's other skills in the enemy's moveset, of course, there's, you know, the Agidyne will have competition on being chosen. And currently, none of the Slash, Pierce, or even Strike, I think, properly give anything outside of Lethal Frames at tier 5. Which isn't even, like, specifically a Final Fantasy move, as far as I'm aware, because it's a Re-Chain of Memories move from, you know, Kingdom Hearts. And, of course, I do also have, you know, Kingdom Hearts-specific spells in there anyway. Like, if you pull Nuclear Gravity, you're going to get Kingdom Hearts 1 Gravity. Unless there's a status chance, then it's going to be, zero gravity from like birth by sleep. But like that Aggie dying becomes Paraga. You know. I haven't gotten a way for it to pull revivals though. Like technically yes it can. It can. It is coded to be able to pull Rise or Arise. Problem is, enemies don't actually just walk around with revival skills in their actual skill set in SRB2 Persona. Because, yeah, enemies in Persona games don't typically revive each other. At most, they may, you know, have a summoning mechanic. And then the closest they would have to a revival would be to, summon new minions. Alright, now I can actually... Oh dear. Right, okay, I need to fill in the area a bit and then... that's gonna be fun. Oh, no, 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 no. Not like that. The heck? I think the smoothing properties could use a little bit of work. Could also probably expand, at least up here I can go a bit wider with the Alright. Now the fun part. Right. I probably need more space than this. And it's also clear to me that, yeah, I need to kind of form the springs before I go shearing the cliffs. That's, yeah. And I need to have ample room so that I can, shear the cliffs in the first place. Okay, let's try this again. So I need some room up here. Alright, let's see. So start with up here. I might actually want it to be a little bit wider. And don't put it so close to the cliff face. Simple. Alright. Okay, so we want to... nip away a little bit here and there. No, 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 not down. Okay. Okay, now we can expand it some. Ooh, this could be a little... Ah, shit. Let's just... It needs more space. that's fun. Okay. Urgh. Oh, I'm just doing that too. Oh, please. Alright. Now we can try again. I want to have room to do this. Actually, like, shift a bit more of that direction, so I can have more room to go like this. No, 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 no. Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah, I'll just go over these roads later. Alright. So I need space for this. Right, and you need to get filled back up again, because freaking... Yeah, I'm definitely going over things, more, over and over again. Refining the area, but also just trying to refine my own process at using these tools. Refining my technique. No, definitely more the process than the technique. Figuring out how to get what I want and how, what do I even want with what I'm doing. Okay. Hmm. Also, even go over the stairs here so I can, like, position it differently. Okay, not that close. Ugh. Maybe don't go over the stairs. Okay, push that out. I actually kind of like how you're able to kind of just... Uh-oh. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, I think we're mostly okay to just kind of go a little nuts here. Okay. Oh, is that right? Yeah, it's fine. Oh no. Never mind. Oh. I was just like, wait, did I kill it already? Oh, no. It's here. Okay. Ugh. Let's see. Right, let's sink that into the ground. Oh, yeah, I probably... Nope. Shift E. Let's also probably shrink the area. Alright, then I can do something about that. Alright, let that figure itself out. Alright, and then you're ready to flow. Alright, got that going. I can just sneak in. It's whatever. Mountain pressure. Yeah, back up to 12 should be fine. Okay. Right. I need to. Oh, I need to fix all this up. And that would probably help if I had this go up. No, I want this one. I can just kind of go through here with a bunch of water. Reduce the width a little bit so I don't just, get it everywhere. Let that sort itself out, and then alright, and now you can just kind of raise it up again. Alright, you ready to flow now? Are you... How? What? Did it place source blocks where it shouldn't have? I see. Probably it did. Well, it should be fine now. Oh, for God's sake. I'll let you settle now again. Never forget, building by hand is always an option, even if it may be slower. Just means I've got a little bit more control over what I'm doing. Alright, and then, oh yes, you are in a spot of sorts. Block that off for the moment. Oh dear God. Okay. Now you are ready to do that. Okay. Start putting water in here. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see now. I need to go and rebrush the path now. Oh, right. And fix you up just a touch. Alright. Also could do with, yeah. Here we go. Ooh, yeah, I should, it's a tough call. Having to, yeah, shit. Let's just, I should definitely do the paths last, because they've got a whole bunch of debris and stuff on them that can be easily, you know, easy to make make things inconvenient, or however. Yeah, I'm just like, go over all of this. And again, reduction process. It needs to be bigger so that there's still something there when I'm done. I could probably go like a specialized version of the mountain tool later to just be like, okay, yeah, get this crap out of here without, you know, modifying the actual landscape. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You know what? Just do this. Alright. Yeah, we're just kind of doing all this terracing stuff now. Let's see, build you up just a bit more. Probably give you a ramp or something. Now we start shaving again. You can build in the ramp last so that you can just not have to worry about the ramp while I do the shaving. Also need to keep an eye on the time. What is the time right now? Oh, I'm overtime for sure. This is kind of my normal at this rate. No, 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 no. One nice thing I can actually do. Oh, right. Right. Yes. Alright, so we want a little bit of this going on here to help smooth things over. There we go. Actually, I could, yeah. Yeah, that'll do. That way I can focus it in here. Alright. I'm not even sure what I was planning on having over here. I just kind of did that without thinking. Okay. Okay. Kick up the speed again. Alright, you could use a little bit more smoothing over here, I think. Okay. Oh, yeah, you do need that, yeah, I just go over this later. After I, you know, shave it. Alright. Right, we want it raised up a little higher. That way we can do all this. And you know, we just have to go over that in a bit. I'm actually gonna just, you know, also fill all this in. Let it be shaped out a bit better. Switch my material. Alright, got all that. Now the fun part. Do you mind? Alright. Then I switch this to... Okay, still Silver Mountain. But I still got Silver Mountain spots to hit anyway. Swap you again. Now you got over here to hit. I'm not particularly bothered about how that gets shaved, because it's going to be shaved later. Alright. Right, you go one up. Okay. Alright, this part, it's definitely more of Golden Mountain. Okay, then. Okay. Let me drop this down again. Oh, good grief. I really wish you would stop doing that. Oh, goodness me. Aren't I just popular right now? I guess it's been a bit. Like an hour since the last series of pings. Okay. I'm not against having something like this going on. Don't forget to shave a bit in here. And now we go even higher. Damn it! Stop doing that! I don't know why it's all slanted or whatever. It just is. What in the... Okay, can we stop fooling around? Thank you. Alright, and now we go with... Now we just kind of go over it a bit. Alright. Yep, just kind of cleaning up odds and ends now. Oh, I didn't even... Right. I can handle this area later. Okay, switch back. No, that's right. Kill this first. What's even going on in here? Oh, good grief. So it's just kind of refusing to actually fix. You know what? Oh. Right. Is this the correct height? I don't remember anymore. Not that tool! No! Not here. Actually, let it go back over to this. Okay. Oh, right. Can you, like, not mess around real quick? Like, what are you doing? Okay. Okay, I think we're pretty close to good before I wanted to get done here. Got a lot of slope shaving and everything. I think I can go ahead and... Alright, I've got floors I need to put stuff back with. But yeah, it's shaping up nicely, other than I need to finish her, make sure it's the right height. Okay, good. Okay. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. I'll get more of this going pretty soon. Take care for now. New blocks in like 3 days for me, so yeah, new trees and stuff. See you around. Bye.